One, the conditions are obviously difficult. There was a real wind advantage that we had in the first half that they had in the second half. But we just lost two really poor goals. And when we lose the first, we get a little bit nervous. Then, we don't get our passing away. Something we did to good effect in the first half. So really disappointing. We made a slight tactical change at half time because against the wind we wanted to get greater pressure to the back line. We went 4-4-2. But we just didn't manage to get control of the game in the second half, and they put us under enormous pressure.
When you talk about that kind of nervousness as well, is that a natural thing given the kind of significance of the game, or do they need to rise above that?
I think it's part of the growth of a team. I've talked about this myself as a player and being involved in that when your team goes through certain experiences, when your team starts winning games on a consistent basis, you grow. And this is part of the growth of the team. We come here, we start well, we lose the goal, we get a little bit nervous. That's natural. We're also quite a young team in many respects, so it'll be part of the growth, part of the learning.
What was the feeling at half time?
The feeling was that we need to up it even more. That was the feeling. The feeling at half time was that we need to get more pressure, we need to up it more. It's going to take an even bigger performance in the second half to get something from this game. I've seen Livingston, watched a lot of them, and they're a really resilient, energetic team. So, credit to them for the way they responded. But we're disappointed, obviously, after being 2-0 up and performing so well in the first half.
I feel like it's a chance missed.
When you're 2-0 up, of course it is. But there was the conditions and the elements that we also have to consider. But being 2-0 up, we had to show the right mentality in the second half to get all 3 points.
John was obviously probably annoyed with himself for that goal at the end there as well. Was that?
Yeah, he apologised after the game. It's again, I'll be honest, John's a goalkeeper that's performed well this year. But again, he's grown. It's his first period of probably, he's maybe now 17, 18 consecutive games. I think that's the most in his career. So it's part of his journey, part of his growth that he'll make mistakes, and it's how he responds to them. But he's been a good goalkeeper for us this year.
Talk about that disappointment, but when the dust kind of settles on this, will you perhaps look back and think, no, it's not a bad point in the grand scheme of things?
I think considering the fact we're 2-0 up, we'll be disappointed with that. We move up a place in the league table at this moment, which is a positive. I think from a winning position, you obviously are disappointed you don't come away with all 3 points. But again, I will say this is a difficult place to come.
You lost Ryan Astley.
Yeah, it was another difficulty around it that we've, I wanted to make certain changes, and I was actually thinking of making certain changes at half time, but because of the group and the players that we have missing at present, we delayed that factor because certain players of ours haven't featured for a long time, and it would have been a tall ask for them. So it did affect some of our decision making around the changes. But actually I thought that Ethan Ingram coming on for the last 15-20 minutes in a very difficult game in very difficult conditions handled it extremely well.
What was the issue?
Concussion. A little bit of concussion. So.
Cam Comsey, did he get that?
He had a face knock, but it was nothing about that it was a change of system that I made the subs for.
Do you think the players though can take something from dealing with a difficult afternoon like this, where they have to cope with thinking maybe they have the game in the bag and then having to settle for a draw? It's part, as you say, of a development.
It is. It's just disappointing because we played extremely well in the first half, and we're very much in control. As I've said, the elements certainly affected the game in general.
Thanks.
All right.